All right, you're good to go.
I see a red light. Okay, thank you, Candace.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm Anita Pedersen, and I would like to start by first acknowledging and thanking the Coast Salish peoples of the Tsleil-Waututh and the Squamish nations. Their unceded shared territory is the land that I dwell upon. And to borrow an expression from Elder Latash from the Squamish Nation, I have a good feeling in my heart to be here with you today. Because I do have a good feeling and I value heart-centered living. So I hope you're all doing well from wherever you might be attending or listening to the recording. I want to begin this evening, it is evening here in Vancouver, by telling you a little bit about my story of how Juice Plus came into my life. My friend Candace Walker, who is on this call here tonight, introduced me to the product about a year ago. And before I talk about my experience with Juice Plus, I'm going to talk a little bit about Candace.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, right. Now, at times my story may seem like a bit of a detour off of topic, but please bear with me and all will be revealed. Candace is a mom of 5 wonderful kids that often rave about their mother. Yes, they do. Saying how great she is and how she's always there for them. Something she somehow manages to do while also running a successful fitness gym. And when your teenagers are proudly posting photos of you on Facebook and saying how lucky they feel to have you as their mom, you're definitely doing lots of things right. So before Candace and her family moved to Texas, I would often have the 3 youngest of her kids over with my 2 kids, making a lovely group of 5. Her kids were always so thoughtful and respectful. I marveled at how Candace could be so busy, but easygoing and able to raise such terrific kids. And I was so thankful because her kids were such great role models for my kids too. And then when my oldest was first bullied in grade 1, it was Candace who, if I can get to this, speaking from experience, said, go and be an advocate for your kid right away. Don't wait, don't let it sit. Talk to the school, talk with the other families involved, and she gave me courage to take action. And through taking action, more was learned about respecting other people's points of views. And when you look back in your life and you can see those pivotal moments and know that that was a moment where a decision was made on how you were going to move through the world, that was one of them for us. And I have followed Candace's simple yet brilliant advice over the years. Sometimes it's been tough, but our family never regrets speaking our truths, and my kids feel good because they know without a doubt that I'm there for them and that they deserve to be shown respect. So I explain this history we have with Candace and her family to demonstrate the integrity that Candace and her family move with through the world. So when Candace asked me if I wanted to try the Juice Plus products that her family had been enjoying, I said yes. I said yes without knowing very much about the products. I said yes to receiving them right away, and I said yes because I trust Candace and her judgment. And now that I've been enjoying them for the past year, the Juice Plus products, I've had the opportunity to learn more about the products along the way. I've learned that there are over 40 double-blind peer-reviewed studies backing the science. I've learned that some of those studies have revealed that Juice Plus can reduce inflammation in the body, and this can assist the body in healing. And I've heard countless inspirational stories from people who have accomplished health revolutions in their homes with Juice Plus. When I started on Juice Plus, all the products that I'd been taking before, protein powders and green powders, things like that, they were all giving me stomach pain. And I'm happy to say that I've never had a reaction to any Juice Plus product. And so it seems it wasn't my body's inability to process those other products. It was what was in those products that wasn't helping my health flourish. And another food revolution that happened in our home is that one of my kids had become very particular with his food intake and had even stopped eating some of his favorite foods like pasta and rice. And over the last year, he started eating those foods again and is now even way more adventurous with the foods he tries. And I just love it when he asks for rice and lentils for dinner and that he will eat his broccoli, because then I know there has been real change. It might not be perfect, but it's progress. So one more thing about me, aside from Juice Plus, my passion is writing about children's spirituality and indigenous knowledges of living off the land. And I presented at a few universities on these matters. When I talk about children's spirituality, I acknowledge that children's spirituality does not exist on its own. It's influenced by the environment, parents and caregivers' spirituality, and peer spirituality, and that spirituality itself cannot be removed from the physical of the body and the mental of the mind. They all work together synergistically. I like to call the combination of all my work the Living Healthy Project, and it's about balancing body, mind, and spirit. Juice Plus is great for taking care of the body, along with eating healthy, staying active, and getting enough rest. The mind is also nourished and can engage with the information about the nutrient-rich product content and the scientific studies that back Juice Plus. And how I nourish my spirit with Juice Plus is the power of intention I bring to it by taking the products with gratitude, in the same way someone might give thanks before eating a meal. So thanks for listening, and now back to my friend and Juice Plus mentor, Candace Walker.
Oh my gosh, I've never had quite that intro. It brought me to tears. I'm so touched, Anita. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Now I have to tell my story. I'm like a little, now you've like, I got a lump in my throat. So,
well, that's just one example of the advice.
Gosh, thank you.
Advice has come in handy now that with the tween in the house. It's like,
yeah, I know it's hard. Well, I've known Anita since, gosh, our kids were in preschool at Chelsea House together. I mean, like our kids have grown up together. So moving away from that close-knit group of friends was a big decision for our family. It was hard. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to stay connected to Anita. So I'm not only grateful for Anita joining our mission to spread healthy living, but now I get to talk with her every day, all day. It's been a truly a blessing for me this last week. I've totally enjoyed it. So I do have 5 kids. I am a wife and a mom. They are 19, 16, 12, and my twins are now 9. It's crazy. So I also own a gym here in Frisco. So I do have a busy life. And I guess what I thought to be healthy before Juice Plus was, I thought it was normal to be exhausted. I thought it was normal to not sleep well, to feel sick to my stomach all the time, to have migraines, brutal sinus and allergy issues. And my kids were sick all the time. It was like a revolving door. One was sick, it would go through all 5, and then back to myself and to my husband. I thought, oh yeah, it's normal. You know, I have 5 kids. This is what's going to happen. But I was so wrong. And me being in the fitness industry, I think it was hard to admit that. I had a friend that came to me, gosh, probably a year and a half ago, maybe, and said, I think you should try Juice Plus. I think it could help you with your allergy and sinus issues. Because when we moved to Texas, if anybody knows Texas, it's got some brutal allergies here, which I was unaware of before we picked this state to live in. But I wouldn't change it. So I suffered for 6 months straight with severe allergies, antibiotics every month, steroid injections, you know, modern medicine, that's what you're going to do. Well, nothing helped me. So I bought Juice Plus, and I'm going to be really honest with you. I bought it because my friend was selling it, and I thought I'm going to support her in her business. I bought 1 serving for 1 person, and there's 7 people that live in this house. And I was the one that pushed the order forward over and over again. I honestly didn't see the value in it at first. I was one of those people. So my daughter Mia probably had strep throat that year 7 times. On the last occasion, she was diagnosed strep twice in 6 weeks. So we'd already done a round of antibiotics, and she got it again. And it was a big wake-up call for me as a mom. The health of your children is so important, and that's, you know, what you live for, is that your kids are healthy. And I was like, okay, we eat fruits and vegetables, but something obviously is missing. So we started taking our Juice Plus consistently. Well, she was unfortunately diagnosed with mono shortly after that. And we were told she was going to miss 30 days of school. Well, in Texas, missing 30 days of school is a massive ordeal. So they were going to send tutors home to the house so that she would be caught up. So I am thankful that we started taking Juice Plus consistently because my child only missed 5 days of school. And we did anything different in our diet, in our household, nothing. There's no medicine for mono. It's a virus. And my child fought it because of the help of Juice Plus. Without a doubt, nobody can tell me different. My son also suffered from severe allergies. And since taking Juice Plus, he's no longer taking Zyrtec or prescription allergy medicine or putting drops in his eyes. I am happy to say I am well rested, more energy, sleep better. I've maybe had one sinus infection in the last year and a half, which is like huge for me. And I recover way quicker. Not to say my kids don't get sick, they do, but it's for a shorter length of time because they recover quicker. My kids are eating more fruits and vegetables, like Anita said. They're eating salad. I mean, my kids, there's no way I could get 9 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables into my kids. I don't do that. I'm going to be honest with you. There's no way I do that in a day, let alone a week. So Juice Plus has been a tool for my family to bridge the gap. But what I'm most thankful for is this tribe of people that I get to do life with. I'm so blessed that I get to do life with Jen, and I get to do life now with Anita even more. And this business has given me a passion and a purpose. I lost my dad to cancer when I was 21 years old, and nobody should have to go through that. I remember my dad saying to me that he did not want to die because he wanted to see me get married and have children. And I think quite often these days, I wish I had known about Juice Plus back then what I know now, because I firmly believe that it would have helped him fight. It would have prolonged his life. Maybe, just maybe, he would have been there to see his first grandchild born. What scares me even more is that the way our country works now is 1 in 2 men will have some form of cancer. And I'm not okay with that. I have a son and a husband, and I look at them and I think, I don't want that for them. I don't want to watch them suffer like I watched my father. I don't want anybody else to suffer or bear the loss of a loved one. So I share my story, and I share that fruits and vegetables can save your life. And that's my passion and purpose in life, is to help as many people as possible, because nobody eats enough fruits and vegetables, and nutrition is important. So my dear sweet friend Jen is going to share her story with you. Thanks for listening.
Wow, thank you, Candace. I mean, both of you just really, it's just so inspiring. It never gets old hearing, stories of just hope and healing, and, hearing people's purpose and, their passion. And, Anita, I've gotten the pleasure of talking with you for the last week, getting ready for this call, and, just kind of getting to know each other, and then hearing you now and your background. It's such a blessing. So thank you for your, just your thoughts and your wisdom. And I'm excited for this journey with you. But, Juice Plus came into my life 3 years ago, just what all friends do, right? My best friend called me one day and said, did you know that Dr. Ashworth told me that we need to be taking Juice Plus? Do you know what that is? And, she's being my best friend, and that was my pediatrician at the time. My kids were not sickly kids. We did have allergies and asthma and things like that, but her kids were. And so they were in there quite often. And when she said that, I said, well, okay, of course, same thing like Anita. I trust her. I trust her opinion. I trust, if she's giving it to her kids and our doctor's recommending it, then we need that. So guess what? I bought it for my children, and only my children. And looking back at that, it starts that whole thought process of how I was not taking care of myself ever. Not only with food, but spiritually, emotionally, physically, everything. I was so pouring into the 4 children that I have, and that's okay. I'm not saying taking care of your children is bad, but it's really hard to pour into other people when you have really nothing to give. And I was anxiety ridden. I was stressed. I wasn't sleeping well. I mean, just you can imagine. And at the time, my kids were The twins were born right about that time. I have twins as well. They're 4 now. But at the time, they were babies, and the big kids were 4 and 6. So I was in it. I'm still in it. I feel like they're 10, 8, and 4. I'm still in it, let's be honest. But, I was really in it then. And I have a lovely husband, and, he works, and I was teaching preschool, and I still do Wednesdays and Thursdays part-time at our church, and I was just exhausted. So when my friend, recommended that, just like what any friend does, like I said, I bought it for my kids. Well, I quickly saw my big kids. The twins weren't old enough to really chew, so they did not take it right away, but the big kids did. And I did. I saw, same thing, Candace. I saw a difference. I saw a difference in their just everyday, allergies, and they pretty, soon had, perfect attendance. It was like I could start to see these, energy levels of them. My daughter was not eating any meat at the time, so I was worried about that, and just all these things, not overnight, not right away, but over time, day after day, I was starting to see my son's nails were growing like crazy. I mean, I would kill to have his nails. It's ridiculous. My daughter's hair is ridiculously long. I mean, just their cells were being nourished. So the twins turn 1, and I'm thinking, okay, we're kind of making a great way here. I'm just going to start working out again. It was kind of the goal. We moved into a new house, and I actually, felt something funny on my left breast, and it wasn't a lump, but I knew something wasn't right. I really thought I had, mastitis or something. I just finished nursing the twins, and but lo and behold, within about 72 hours, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was 36 years old, and no family history. I do not have the gene. There were no hormones. I mean, I literally went into this appointment wanting a doctor to tell me why and give me a reason as to why this happens. I didn't understand. Well, the thing about cancer or disease or any of that, yeah, you feel allergies, and yeah, you can feel some stuff, and you can get sick. But the thing about disease is you can't ever really feel inside when it's starting. And that's when your cells are really starting to really try to fight and regenerate themselves, and they can't. You can't feel that. You can't feel cancer growing. Well, I didn't. And my doctor was like, no, it doesn't really work that way. You don't get a fever and go to the doctor and take some medicine and your cancer's gone. I didn't have any pain, nothing. There were no signs. I just was playing with one of the twins and figure it out. And so our world changed. Okay. I need you to hear that, because unfortunately it took a major, crisis to make me wake up. Have you ever had that in your life where you just have to go, okay, wake up. What are you doing? So I woke up that day. I woke up and I really started to take a look at how I was taking care of me. I stopped feeling guilty for going to a workout. I stopped feeling guilty for, really focusing on what I was eating. I stopped feeling guilty for sleeping an extra hour, and allowing my husband to get up. I stopped feeling guilty for getting a pedicure, something that was just taking care of me and giving me a break, because I was full of anxiety if I even left the house, that, life couldn't function without me, which some of the time it can't, but let's be honest, it's okay to walk out. So I was starting to focus on me, and throughout a year of treatment, I had a double mastectomy, 12 rounds of chemo, 25 rounds of radiation, a full year of treatment. I had a port, and I had a Herceptin drug also for an entire year. And I did lose all my hair, and that was January 2014 through about February of 2015. I am in remission. There is no evidence of disease, and I am completely cancer-free. And throughout this entire process, though, that year of treatment, I was able to function. I was like going into the chemo chair and sitting there and talking to people, and I would just walk in, hey guys, good morning, I'm here to get my treatment. I'd walk out. Well, a lot of people weren't walking out, or they couldn't receive treatment, or they were getting sick. And so with that being said, I started to notice, okay, maybe there is something to be said about these fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Maybe there is something to be said about what we're eating. And my husband looked at me one day and said, you know what, Jen, that is one thing you can control. You know, you can't control a lot in this world, right? Of, you know, that cancer I could not control. But now I had a chance to kind of a second chance. So I'm healthy now, and I'm loving life, and I'm in remission, and I honestly go in for checkups and don't even think twice. And my hair is growing back. It's like the longest it's ever been. My daughter's like having a competition now with who's going to have the longest hair in the house. But I couldn't keep this to myself. And this was something that when you find something, you know, whether it's a good book or a movie or something, you can't help but tell. So what is Juice Plus? It is food. It is fruits and vegetables that has been juiced and dried at a low temperature and put into a powder form and put into a capsule. The great thing about Juice Plus too is that when you buy an adult capsule or gummy, it's the same product for adult and child, but when you buy for an adult, you can sponsor a child for free. Well, when you have a house full of 4, or like Candace, a house full of 5, or even 2 children for that matter, if your children can eat for free for 4 years, such a blessing. The company is so gracious. We also have shakes and bars, which are a great addition to a morning breakfast or, you know, a snack on the go. We're addicted to those definitely. And when my kids ask me for a snack in the car, you know, I'm throwing bars back there for sure. My daughter loves the protein powder. She's not a shake person, but she puts it in her oatmeal. So many options. And the third door to walk through in this Juice Plus world would be our tower garden. You can grow produce on your patio with no soil. Yes, it's true. I have one. Candace has one. She goes live, and it's amazing.
It is amazing.
And so, and then we just came out with the new plant-based omega, which I'm learning a lot about omegas now and how important they are. And the great thing about our omegas is that they've cut out the fish. If you know anything about omegas, people take omegas, they burp up that fishy taste. Well, the great thing about Juice Plus omegas is that we are plant-based. We figured out a way, I would say we, I didn't, but the company and the powers that be, yes, for years, they take their time. They don't just throw a product out there because it's really just fruits and vegetables. They're not really trying to reinvent the wheel here. But omega, what we noticed was over time that a lot of doctors are recommending fruits and vegetables and omegas. Well, you get them from fish, and a lot of people don't eat fish. So they cut that middleman out because fish eat plants, and that's where they get their omegas from. So they cut out the fish, they went directly to the plant source, and now we have a great vegan, completely plant-based omega. So that's our product. It's a simple product line because there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. And, you know, it is truly, like Candace said, fruits and vegetables could save your life. And it's a tool to help you get started. This is not meaning you don't eat fruits and vegetables. We do, because you crave what you eat. And so my children, yes, crave more fruits and vegetables. I crave cauliflower now, and it's crazy. I love it. I didn't realize how much I loved raw vegetables. I grew up with a lot of cooked vegetables out of a can. Well, that raw yeah, I know. Anita's like, oh gosh, Anita cringed when I said that. She was like, she shook. She literally shook. It's true. And so, but it's true. And so now I'm learning how important that is. And over time, we've gotten better. Like she said, it's not, you know, it's progress. We're not perfect, you know, but it is definitely progress. And over time, we've gotten better. And, you know, as I look back and when I was a child, I was the picky eater. And so, you know, over time, I'm not going to say I created cancer in my body, but everyone has cancer cells. Everyone has disease. It's just a matter of whether you're going to turn it on or not. And what I was eating turned it on. And I wasn't paying attention to that. And then I wasn't taking care of myself, just like Anita said, just fully, you know, emotionally, spiritually. I really wasn't taking that time. So I encourage you. Anita invited you here because she cares for you. She does. She's passionate about healthy living. She cares for you. And, you know, if anything, get yourself started. You know, get Juice Plus as a tool to help you get started. If you want to take it a step further and join us in this mission because you have people in your mind that want to help get started, we would love more more than anything to have you a part of this mission, because people need to hear about this. And it's just important. So thank you for letting me share my story. I know we only have a few minutes left. And so, Anita, I'll let you kind of wrap it up if you want to add anything at the end. And just thank you for letting me bless you guys tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Jen.
Yes.
Candace, thank you both for your stories. So powerful.
Wow.
And really a reminder of what we do on a day-to-day basis and how it matters. And I'm so thankful to be joining you and sharing about these, because about Juice Plus, because I've been raised my whole life to eat well, to eat natural foods. That I was really blessed that my mom was really aware of these things. And I still, like you're saying, it's hard to get all those servings in. And sometimes you just put it off. Oh, tomorrow I'll do it. Tomorrow I'll eat more balanced. And and not everyone has a garden, but I totally want a tower garden because that's awesome.
So fun.
The slugs kept eating all the things I was trying to grow outside. So I've given up for a couple of years. Yeah. So I do feel passionate about sharing with others about living healthy. And I hope that everyone will really consider trying these products, because they're awesome.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yes,
Awesome.
thank you.
Yes. Heather, do you have any questions before we go, since we have a couple minutes?
No, I think because I'm right into juicing, but I've fallen off the juice train just because it takes a lot to sit there and juice all that stuff every single day.
Right.
Is totally taxing. And at least I'm a person who can literally eat the same thing every day and never get sick of it. So you know that, Anita.
Yeah.
So the thing that I find is interesting with it is the fact that it's basically vegan. Like, I'm fatally allergic to all seafood. So hearing that there's no fish in it is a good thing for me. And I think, I'd love to try it, definitely. And I'm not a shake. Well, I am a shake person, but the bars and stuff would sound good, easy to eat and just grab and go.
Mm-hmm. They're so good. I know. Yes, no, I agree. I mean, and the thing about juicing, I've never been a juicer by any means, but I know it leaves all that gunk right on the side. Yeah.
The pulp.
The thing about our product, which is so great, and sometimes a lot of the nutrients are in the skin, in the, the rind and that stuff. Ours is the entire fruit. Cool. The entire vegetable, which is so awesome. And so I learned the difference between both. Nothing against juicing, because I still think it's good. It's just, you're right, it's hard to do and it's expensive on a daily basis. So absolutely, you would love it. Yeah, absolutely. It would fit right into what you're doing. Absolutely already. You're already on that journey, which is great.
Yeah. And definitely I noticed that I'm not juicing. So this sounds really good when you're all saying you're not tired anymore.
No.
Right.
I'm finding I'm getting that way again. And I hit the wall today and I had a hard time staying awake. And I'm like, that's right. Juicing. I never felt that way when I was juicing.
Yes.
Energy. I'm not
right.
At 3. I'm like, yes, I need to get back on this.
Yes. Well, good. Thank you for joining us. This is wonderful. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Anita will follow up with you for sure.
Okay.
And
I'd love that.
Yeah, absolutely. She'll follow up with you guys, and happy to answer any more questions, that you have after this. And y'all have a good evening.
Yes. Thank you.
So much.
Yeah.
Good night. I'm putting my pajamas on.
I know. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.